Hello, and welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so of course that means we're playing Remnant Shadow, our Star Wars actual play. I'll be your game master for the night, Jason. And with me tonight, as usual, will be Duba playing Doc, Rappy playing Kelter, Jeremy playing Ozen, Sarah playing Io, and Eric playing the Captain. And last week we left our players in a storage unit, I believe.
Steely wheelie automobile.
Well, it had no wheels, but you know. But you decided to walk through a bad neighborhood with some bright, shiny, expensive-looking droids, and you got jumped by some local gangers.
Tried to get jumped by some local gangers.
No, they jumped
Local gangers did
It
not.
just went really badly for them.
Yep.
So you made off with two of them and their speeder. Though once you figured out they weren't part of any larger action against you, that they were just trying to rob you, they were dispatched. Given to BL to console him over how what little he got to do in that first fight. He was being kind of pouty about it. So starting up tonight, you've had a day. Would you have just hunkered down in the storage unit, or would you have gone out exploring or scouting, or?
I think I would have sent somebody that's like, inconspicuous looking. So not Kelter.
Not wearing her armor, remember?
Yeah, she was in a standard protective vest last week.
Do you have it?
Well, we were trying to be inconspicuous to begin with, so
sure.
she didn't have it with her.
Just thinking like long term when we have to actually like scale the raid the place.
Just put it in a box and bring it to the storage unit.
Yeah.
Drag the box with her everywhere.
Just put it in the storage unit.
When
when it's party time, yeah.
Party time, you put on the party suit.
Yeah. I don't think, Ozen's not great at being Ozen's not great at being a
sneaky.
No, she's okay at being sneaky, but she's not great at like disguising herself is the thing. Or she would do it herself. And some of you literally have face swapping technology.
Face obscuring.
Sure. Illegal face obscuring tech.
Makes it hard to tell who they are. It does not disguise them as somebody else, though.
Yeah. Actually, hold on.
I know one of you has something like that.
Well, the dim sum just like if she's let's say you're wearing a cloak, it just makes the shadows like in the cloak or like around your hood deeper, like darker.
Gotcha.
It's not gonna take a Twi'lek and make him look like a Wookiee.
I mean, if that's the case, she's probably the most like being human out of everybody here. She's probably the best candidate to wear that then. Unfortunately.
Pretty sure Keltser's human.
I don't know that.
Yeah, Kelser is.
Alright. Mandalorian's human? Or is it a weird thing again?
Mandalorian is not a race. Mandalorian is a society.
Society. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
It is a creed.
Gotcha. Alright. Fair enough. Then, yeah, either me or Kelser. Probably. I don't know.
Both of you.
Both of us. You have two?
Well, one of you could wear the dim sum. I also have
You have the retinal scrambler thing,
retinal
right?
disguiser, and I also have something that can change your fingerprints.
Ah.
Well, she's got a bunch of stuff to make it sound like she's really, really up to something illegal.
Yeah, no kidding.
We're about to murder a Hutt.
That's fair. I can go hood up and with the
Dim sum.
yeah.
I will link the dim sum information in the Tuesday chat.
Is it spelled dim sum like the food or
No, dim,
Okay.
D-I-M-S-I-M.
okay, dim sim. Okay. I've been hearing it like the food, and I'm like, I just
This makes
I'm
no
not
sense.
hungry.
Okay, so you've got the dim sim.
Uh-huh.
What scouting is Oz going to do?
Just kind of. Well, she knows where the Hutt's like hanging out, so like just in that general area.
Yeah, you know where several of his businesses are.
Yeah. Well, crucially, like one of the ones that we were first in, when we were all together.
Okay.
Getting as close as possible without making it exceedingly obvious I'm going directly that way. So she'll, in fact, take like a zigzag route to get there.
Okay.
And then shows up just, happens to be like, it's that thing where she happens to just be on the street corner, like just like looking out towards it. Or however the case may be. And then I would like to look around and see if I'm being followed as I'm doing this.
Alrighty. So you make your way to the. Where did I put it? There we go. To the egotistically named Club Arnox.
Uh-huh.
Which is his favorite place to hang out.
Yep.
You said you were
Got
on
20 exactly on my search.
Let's see. So you were on a street corner.
Mm-hmm.
Observing. And you do not think anybody is following you or especially paying attention to you.
Well, was
Yeah.
that him out there?
You what now?
Oh, you plopped it on top. Gotcha. All right. I was like, where'd my character go?
Oh, I don't think I've put. I don't think I put your character out there yet.
Nah, that's fine. I can slap myself on.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, just pick a corner anywhere.
Probably there-ish, probably.
Okay.
And just, Do I see that like big ass group of guards in the what looks like a hut over there?
All right, so you would have a wall of the building right here.
Oh, it's a wall?
Yeah, you're outside.
Okay, that's a
All
wall.
the really
Gotcha.
brightly colored stuff here is on the inside.
Gotcha.
Oddly enough,
Okay.
I put a wall up on the other side, but forgot to put one up on this side to make it a little more obvious.
Alright.
Because that's 3 or 4 or 5 maps layered together to create a street around the building.
Yeah.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
So, think of these right here. Well, that'd be the sidewalk.
Mhm.
And then when you get like over here, there's the wall. And then
Okay.
there's the front. The front door is over here.
It's clearly a glass wall or something. It's fine.
You're gonna make me put a wall up there, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm telling you, it's glass. It's fine. Glass is see-through.
Super strong Duraseal.
Yeah. Anyway. She'll... There's no one, like...
There.
Okay.
You can see it now,
Alright.
can't you?
I could fit on my
Yeah.
map.
My collection of maps.
Your, like,
Frankenstein maps.
Frankenstein's
Yes.
map. Yeah.
Well, one of them's a Starfinder map, and all the rest of them, I think, are 2-minute tabletop maps. But anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I think they're like the cyberpunk map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's okay.
Hey, it
Alright,
works.
so Ocean sees that. And she'll kind of come down this way. And continue to just like kind of be wary and just walk.
Okay.
Do a normal ass walk.
You notice there are guards on the roof of the building, which is not something you've ever noticed before. There's a few extra just people hanging around outside, some of whom you recognize as bouncers that usually work inside. And they seem to be fairly alert.
Okay.
Now people are coming and going from the club more or less like normal. Though maybe the bouncer manning the doors is being a little more thorough than usual in checking everybody.
Okay. The bouncer at the front is...
Not that way. That's Ludo. He's not.
Ludo's the bouncer. He's fallen on hard times.
Well, you know, maybe that's why he's going after his uncle. He's been demoted or something. But yeah, you stand there and observe. That's really what you pick up on. There seems to be a lot more security than usual.
Mhm.
Yeah, while at the same time, it's not like the club is shut down or anything. You know, if you hang around in one spot too long, you know, you might draw some attention.
No, I'm gonna... she'd keep moving. Like... I was asking what the race of the person watching. Like humanoid, hut.
It's a smatter. You know, the if you look at the people on the roof and the ones out front, you know, it's a variety of races. The actual bouncer at the door is one of the Nikto, I think they're called.
Nikto.
Kind of scaly. If you remember from Return of the Jedi, they were some of the guards on the barges with kind of the scaly faces.
Gotcha. Yep. They have like spikes and stuff on the sides.
Mm-hmm. It's, you know, one of the races the Hutt hire a fair number of.
They look scary. It's. I get it. Okay, I'll clock that and be like, all right, well.
But you also see some of those 3 eye stalked guys, and you know.
I'll just kind
some
of
Rhodians,
see.
some male Twi'leks.
I see all of that and just nod. I'll do it where I walk this way and then walk like just take a real long way back.
Okay.
The intent is to do this in such a way that it looks like I'm just going for a walk or something. Don't look like nobody. Just going for a walk.
Just somebody going about their business on Nar Shaddaa.
And then I'll make my way back to the storage place.
Okay, so you've been gone a few hours. You slip back
Mhm.
in. Was there anything the rest of y'all were going to do while Ozone went out scouting?
With the tech she has on her, how hard would it be for Io to make fake identities for the group?
I would say... you'd need a... I'd say it'd be difficult, which is, so that's a roll of 20, which is not actually that hard for you.
Difficult as far as the game DCs go, not difficult as far as what she can do.
As far as if the average person were to try it.
Sure.
And that would be IDs that would get you through like a casual checkpoint or like a bouncer checking your ID sort of thing. If the legitimate police ran you, really wanted to dig into your past, it would turn out, it would come up fake fairly quickly.
Yeah. Well, she's mostly just looking for something that would probably get them into a club if they needed to get into a club, not into the police.
Not talking about fake FBI credentials. We're just talking about, a fake driver's license.
Yeah. We just want to pass ourselves off as 21.
Would an 18-year-old be able to buy liquor with this? Yes. Would he be able to register to... Oh, well, actually, an 18-year-old can vote anyway. Never mind.
Okay. Well, do I need to make a roll for everyone as a individual or as a group?
Just roll once for everybody. That's not a...
Okay.
A 31, all right. You produced some very realistic-looking fake IDs.
It's just enough criminal background to look legit.
Yep.
Well, you're in the vertical city. Nobody would believe it if there wasn't some sort of criminal record attached to it.
Yeah, no murder or anything, but definitely fights. A little bit of theft.
Since it's just parking tickets.
A lot of jaywalking, parking tickets. Expired tags on your speeder.
No murder, just improper disposal of bodies, that sort of thing.
Threw them off the cliff versus disposing of them properly.
Yep. Look, we have dumpsters just for this. Keeps it all together. If you dump it off the wall, it's going to land somewhere and splat, and that's just, it's a public hygiene hazard.
That's horrible.
Hey, y'all are the one that throw people off, and not me. So yeah, through the previous night and through today, you've been cranking out these fake IDs. Feel free at any appropriate moment to drop, a comical alias for any of the other players.
Doc is still Doc, just because.
You don't want to antagonize the medic who might be patching you up later.
Exactly. And unfortunately, I can't think up any good pun names for anyone else.
Well, the captain should be Mon. Mon.
Makes Aira's name even more unpronounceable.
Just give it a couple extra syllables, but no extra vowels.
Just call him Morn.
No. Couple umlauts somehow appear.
Roll randomly on the table. Okay, what Ferengi name are we going to give the captain today?
Don't cross the streams.
I know. But it would fit, you gotta admit.
Yeah, he doesn't have the ears for it. Alright. So you're just finishing those up when Ozen gets back.
They've got rooftop guards. Does anyone have those little grippers? That would be fun.
If they've got rooftop guards, you just get shot while you're on the roof then.
Well, they'd have to see me first.
That would be the guards on the ground then.
The walls are not made of glass.
She made certain of that.
But the guards, like outside perhaps.
Did I see any guards, like, outside, actually?
You saw a lot of them were a lot of them were dressed like they were just club goers, but you
Off duty or
recognized a
whatever.
couple of them as the bouncer as bouncers.
Gotcha. Oh,
They were
right.
trying to be a little subtle out on like the front street.
Sure.
Yeah, the guys on the rooftop, they were just packed. They were clearly just packed.
Crucially, they were on the front, and they weren't, like, in the back or whatever.
Right.
Because that angle Ozen came through, she would have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, but there's nobody in the back.
Nobody living. Might be
Not yet.
droids or good old-fashioned cameras.
Yes.
I'm just saying, if a paranoid Hutt gone to roost is not just gonna work with guards.
Perhaps. But the front had a bunch of people who were kind of pretending to be club goers, but they are some of the bouncers. Nobody in the back. And yeah, that's mostly what I saw. Guy at the front is a Nikto, and that's the most unique thing about the whole thing. Do you have any plans?
You can try and get in as entertainment. Or as laborers or delivery.
Have you double checked his schedule?
I don't think I have access to that. I think we'd established that we can't long distance hack.
No, we got a copy of his schedule from Ludo. His routes, his schedule,
There
all
we
that.
go.
You do have a copy of his usual schedule. So y'all are going over that. You hear a little bit of commotion outside your storage unit.
Look out one of the windows.
Well, it's a storage unit. It's just got the roll-up door. But you hear a couple people talking. Somebody, rattles off a storage unit number. You hear an older man. Oh, yes, this is my unit. Thank you, young man. And the younger guy is just kind of mumbling as he walks away. He doesn't sound like he was real happy to have been inconvenienced.
Did you rattle off our number?
No,
Okay.
this was the number.
I was like,
across.
I'm gonna hide with the lightsaber, just be like,
This would be the number across from you.
okay. I'll just quietly, as quiet as a metal door can be. Just,
It's like peeking under the edge of the metal door.
So yeah, the old guy, he's fiddling with the lock on the other side. He's glancing down the hallway. And then where you've cracked your door or cracked the door and are like down there looking through, you hear the door then the hallway shut. You know where the worker that had shown him.
Yep.
As soon as that happens, the guy stops fiddling with the lock, turns around, walks up to your door, and knocks on it.
As soon as he turns around, I'm like, shit.
He doesn't seem to notice that the door is cracked like that at the bottom.
Okay.
You did notice though that where he was kind of hunched over, while he was
he's up now.
Now he's he still looks like an older guy, but now he's up straight. Like I said, just kind of rap on the door.
Io kind of like whispering, did he say anything about anyone knowing about this?
Ozan will call out, help you?
I have a message from Ludo.
Well, that answers that question, okay.
Alright, I'll still cautiously, because it's still Nar Shaddaa, so, like, saber in one hand.
That message is a gun!
So,
I lied.
Here, take this severed nerf head. Oh, and this grenade.
Oh, thanks. This just turns into a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Did this guy sound like the bird bounty hunter guy?
No, he has a heavily modulated voice. Like his suit's disguising his voice. So.
Alright.
His hand on blaster behind her back, but...
Oh, yeah. Ozan's,
yeah. And when the door opens, the guy's got both of his hands up so you can see that they are empty.
Something goes in Ozan's pocket. Help you? You said you had a message?
Yes. There's something of a gang war that has started up. Ludo was unaware of this before his arrival. He wanted me to come and tell you that Arnox is basically forwarding up in the club. So where he gave you
there.
When you say if Ozan says that, he nods. Yeah, he's got all of his security guys called in. So the schedule Ludo gave you basically worthless. That's his usual schedule, but he's sending flunkies off to handle a lot of the business that he used to handle himself.
So he's going to lose a bunch of his holdings just holding up in one spot.
Well, he's got some people taking care of some of that, and of course he's taking action against the other cartels that are taking action against him.
Sounds like that's never going to end.
Well, it's Nar Shaddaa. It never really ends, but it heats up and then cools down, and it heats up again later and cools down. We're just in a heating up phase right now.
Gotcha. Just happen to be heating up.
Apparently, an entire little crew of gangbangers got taken out last night.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Even for Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah, there's weird rumors. So some of the witnesses, claim to have seen some weird stuff. Ludo wanted me to ask you if you knew anything about that. I don't know why.
The weird thing that it's uncharacteristic of him to ask questions. Except where it comes to, ships.
He's like, I'm just passing the message I was told to pass, asking the question I was told to ask.
No, nothing.
What rumors are going around? I mean, we're locked in. We're pretty much holed up in here ourselves. So
somebody said they saw
to spend the time.
Yeah, no, there's
on Nar Shaddaa.
What idiot Jedi would come to, of all places, Nar Shaddaa?
That's my thought on the subject, but it's just the rumor that got around.
Here, I thought it was going to be actually decent rumors. Have you heard if anyone's going in and out of Arnox's?
So far, they seem to be letting the patrons in like normal. Checking them out a little more thoroughly, but
Deliveries
We'll
still.
confirm as much.
oh yeah. They're still taking in food deliveries. The only difference now is where before, the trucks would just, or speeders, whatever they would call a delivery truck in Star Wars. The delivery speeder would just, back up to the
DoorDash.
dock. Now they send somebody out to like check the back of the truck before they back it up to the building.
Mhm. Still a pretty good idea. Ocean's also like looking out and around as this guy's talking. Just a quick making sure no one's coming in.
Yeah. In the time you've been here, this does not appear to be a very busy place.
Well, just made our job a lot more fun. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yep.
Ludo seems to have faith in you.
Don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, but I'll take it.
Do you have any information or anything you need me to pass along to him?
I mean,
Do
if
you
he
reckon he can get a does he reckon he can get some does Kelser have her Mando armor, or does she just leave it on the ship?
It was left on the ship.
Gotcha.
That would be a lot to carry.
Yes, it would. I'm not disagreeing with you, but it could be put in
we have
something.
a speeder. We could bring it back on the speeder.
Well, the trick is, if she wears it into the fight, she's easily identified at that point.
Fair.
Yeah.
We get some
I'm
paint.
sure it's just some random Mando in identical armor to Kelser's.
Rando.
Random
Oh my
Mando.
God.
Randalorian. Alright. Well, fair enough. Just making sure.
Does Ludo have any information on deliveries that would be going in and out? Like, is there like scheduled typical deliveries that come on certain days?
Oh, the old man's like, yes, there is. And as far as I know, they have not changed that because of any of this. Like I said, somebody goes out and checks the truck to make sure it's not, full of gun-toting yahoos.
Okay.
But he's like, yeah, I'm sure I could get that information from him if you needed it.
It
That would
couldn't
be
hurt.
helpful. I think the only thing we might need other than that is like, don't need anyone to die, of course, but just people just happen to be off when they should be when a delivery is scheduled. And you can fill in for that.
That'd be horribly convenient.
It would.
The old man's like, I'll put that suggestion to him, but
It'd be obvious.
in a situation like this, Arnox is probably going to notice that there's security guys around that he doesn't know.
Oh no, not security. Delivery.
Oh, sure, there's new delivery guys all the time.
Yeah.
If I was to get a list together potentially for nothing dramatic, but just like a theater makeup, grade, face paints, maybe contacts, would that be something that Ludo could get to us potentially, just for disguises?
Oh, sure, that wouldn't even be particularly expensive.
Okay.
I can't see that would be a problem.
If I get that, should it come to that, I'll make sure to contact him somehow. I'm sure I can find a way.
Well, I tell you what, and he he gives you the frequency for his comm, or at least a comm.
The burner comm.
Basically. Or one that bounces through a bunch of different
like VPNs and stuff.
Yeah, essentially. Not that I know that there's much in the way of wiretapping that goes on in Star Wars, but he gives you a way to contact him. Essentially making him the middleman, so there's no direct contact between you and Ludo. So yeah, I mean, if you need military grade hardware or something, that may be beyond his ability to get. But what you're talking about, what you're talking about, no problem.
Cool. She's gonna get punched for the suggestion in about 5 seconds.
But once he gives you that information, if there's nothing else specific you need to tell him right now, he's gonna make his way on out.
Be good. Thank you very much.
He steps back over to the other unit, opens it up right quick, and grabs what looks like just a random box or something, tucks it under his arm, locks back up, and then goes back to being a little more hunched over than when he was talking to you. Basically just acting a little older than maybe he really is. And then he shuffles back out, towards the door at the end of the hallway.
At Ayer, you're going to hate me for this suggestion, but hear me out here.
I won't say anything yet.
Blue face paint, red contacts. Your tattoos are very distinctive. I'll probably have to paint just kind of like general motion too.
We just have to do something about all of this right here.
Just all of this. Or somehow obscure them.
Let's just go with the first option.
Disguising the captain as a chiss it is. And she'll get face paint or skin paint, Leku paint of some kind too. Like Kelser and Nosen. Either of you want a wig, face paint, contacts?
Yeah,
how good's the wig? How good's the wig?
I mean, we could ask him to get, pretty decent theater grade, probably lace front.
I have a lot of hair.
You can braid it and tuck it down.
Sure.
Braid it and then braid it back forward and wrap it around. Maybe a hat. Just make it into Leku's.
Does it work that way?
It does not. Just
we have to spray paint Doc again.
How good is Doc's spray paint holding up?
It's only been a day, so it's holding up fine. Up close, you could probably tell it was spray paint.
It still kind of smells like spray paint. And we're in a locked-in storage room.
You got him tucked over in one corner, so, maybe y'all won't get too high.
How did this plan fail?
Before non-toxic paint.
Kelser, wig, contacts.
Both.
Perfect. Bright pink. What color?
Nothing too noticeable. Something a
Okay.
little more subtle. I don't want eyes on me.
Pale pink, got it. She will not order pale pink.
No. Green body paint and a Sharpie.
No.
Sounds awful.
The captain can just make up a life story for her.
No. I was pretty sure she's already on the shit list for the suggestion. She is not suggesting that. She'll calm the one guy and put in an order for a couple wigs, some face paint, contacts, hair dye if we need it.
Okay.
More spray paint for Doc, maybe.
Have you done this before?
Nope, but this should... I mean, we won't look like us. And I've got fake IDs for everyone, so...
I'm just picturing y'all leaving the storage unit looking like, a troupe of like kabuki actors. Put the paint on a little too thick, maybe.
She probably has some experience in it.
But you get a message back from him, from the old man. Yeah, he shouldn't have any trouble. Nothing on your list is particularly unusual or hard to procure, so he should have it for you by the end of the day.
Hell yeah.
And then makeovers for everyone.
So yeah, by that afternoon, there's another little rap on y'all's door, boom, boom, and somebody kind of whispers at the door, "Delivery," and then you hear the pitter patter of their feet running off. And outside's a couple of boxes with all the stuff.
As it gets it, kind of pushes it into where we are.
I mean, if anyone has a better idea, she says, like taking out stuff and taking out wigs.
I don't.
So we could go in the front door, we could go in the back door.
Yeah.
Need to figure out where the delivery crews come first.
Well, yeah. And then dispatch them non-lethally, perhaps.
Oh yeah, you had mentioned delivery things. So there is a list like the schedule for the next few days of the delivery of supplies for the club.
What are we gonna do about the droids?
BL speaks up. I assumed I would be going with you. And Doc's skills are excellent for after combat. You should know this from personal experience.
I do. On both accounts. BL, can you climb?
He does have those big claws.
Somewhat. No, BL's got hands.
Wait,
He also has the claws.
he has literally a claw attack. So
the knives that come out. Yeah. I see what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about claws, kind of like the guy from Futurama. Give him the clamps.
Now we have to yell that at BL at some point.
No. Now I'm just picturing Star Wars, but all the droids are robots from Futurama.
yes.
The only crossover I'm okay with.
When Seth MacFarlane is done with his Star Trek spoof show, this is clearly what he needs to do.
Yeah, it could work.
I didn't see anybody in the back. So perhaps if you're able to like climb up to the roof, there's people there that you could take out. There might be cameras, but by the time you get, up there, who cares?
I don't believe I could scale a sheer wall, at least not very quickly or very quietly. There were a ladder, perhaps.
This place isn't very safe against, like, if there was, like, a fire that happened. I'm not saying there should be a fire, I'm just saying, like, there's no fire escapes or nothing.
Burns the club down. Yes, we got the hut.
I'm sure they have a
And
fire
50
suppression
and
system.
56 club goers.
Died in the stampede.
Dark side points for everybody.
Wow.
I don't think taking out, like... I think we should do more precision than just to whom it may concern. Per my last communique. I mean, is poison an option that we want to entertain, perhaps, if we could get close enough?
Do we have poison?
Looks at Dot. Well, wait a minute. Didn't we take those vials from the first guy we ferried out?
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
He did
It's all coming together.
He did have poison within his equipment, yeah.
He had like a fast-acting one and a slow-acting one.
Yeah,
I think the fast-acting one was not as lethal. But it would disable someone quickly. Where the slower-acting one tended to be, I think, was the more fatal one.
And by now we would have had
a clear shot.
Yeah. With a because we needed the ballistic weapon.
Yeah, he had a rifle that would fire the darts. So you could put tranquilizer in or poison in.
Break the dart into the food.
Just put the dart into the food.
No, break it into the food. Like.
Well, some poisons that work if injected do not work if ingested. And
yeah. It may have it has to be in the bloodstream versus cell membranes.
And if the potency, if it's made to be potent against a humanoid of average size, is that going to be enough to take down a hut?
I don't know.
Put all of them in there.
What do you know about poisons?
Just put all of them in there.
That's a good question. What do I know about poisons?
Give me would it be medical roll or a knowledge of alien species roll here?
I would maybe both.
Roll the lower of the two. we'll let one roll go, but it'll be the lower of the two. And you
So
have the information on both if you roll well.
Roll both,
Alright.
essentially.
okay, here's the first one.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Yep. All right. So this poison you've got, it would have to be injected. Ingested, it just doesn't work the same. It might make somebody a little ill, but just sort of, maybe on the level of like minor food poisoning before it would pass through the system. So it needs to be injected. You're going to need probably 4 times the dosage to affect a Hutt. Compared to what you would need to affect a human or a Twi'lek. Or whatever Eric is. Blanking on the species.
Marilock.
Alan.
Thank you. You did confiscate enough of it from the assassin that you could use it on the Hutt. The other thing is, not that you have the darts that he would use, but you'd probably need something a little bit longer than a regular dart to get through a Hutt's hide. I mean, it's not like trying to get through rhino hide, but it is thicker than like human skin.
Luckily, he's just, a big guy, so it's not like... Not worried about missing, we're just worried about, like, piercing.
Right. It's just a matter of getting the dart deeper in there than with a regular person.
Too bad we can poison his smoke pipe supply.
Well, you know of sorts of poisons you could use to do that. You just have to find a way to procure that poison.
And if it's like for the food supply, it might end up being more of a scatter than precise. I mean, you could try both. Just cover both bases.
And for Chekhov's gun, baby. That's what we're gonna call Ayer the sniper rifle from now on.
Ha.
I mean, it is effective.
Do you relay that information, Doc?
Oh yeah, no, I'd happily relay that information to you guys.
Do we have the chemicals that, with Doc's knowledge, we could create a foodborne poison?
Oh, sure. Doc could tell you all sorts of things that would work for that.
Do we want to try both?
Both is good.
Might as well.
Or even just start with the food poison and then go to the second one if we have to, if we don't see any effect. Does Ludo still have contact with Arnox, regularly?
Oh, yeah.
So he would be able to tell us if, hey, he's not looking good,
Yeah, because Ludo's in and out of the club all the time.
We just have to tell Ludo, for the next couple days, don't eat while you're there.
You're telling a Hutt not to eat.
Well, or if we know Arnox's favorite food.
Just poison that specifically.
I mean, some of us have worked with him longer than others.
Yeah, would I know his favorite food?
Like what he
Or at least
always
something I
eats at a
see him
meeting.
Frequently eating.
It's a pretty wide variety of stuff. There is a sort of fish that he particularly likes, however.
Is it
I'll
in
put it
one
this
of the
way,
deliveries?
It's think like a four-eyed fish with these little mandibles that he likes to swallow
Yeah.
whole. There,
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, he eats a lot of food, but which ones are the ones he like savors?
So yeah,
in as much as a
you would
hut
know
can
2 or
be.
3 things that you've seen him that you see when you were working around there that you saw him eating a lot.
Okay.
He always got excited about 4-Eye Fish Friday.
4-Eye Fish Friday. I'll relay
That's
that information. There's this weird fish with like 4 eyes and a little that he likes especially. He'll just go through those like nobody's business. Maybe
Maybe,
make those lethal.
like, yeah, capsules of poison inserted into them, perhaps?
Like he just like takes the whole fish raw and just goes into
Yep.
it, right? Yep. Then yeah.
We just have to make sure it's lethal enough to where they don't have time to seek medical attention.
That's true. Arnox has got money, so the second he doesn't feel right.
Especially with a gang war going on.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know how much it would take to make an exceptionally lethal fish surprise?
Well, you just have to track down sources for the chemicals. Doc could tell you what you needed. Then you just have to kind of peruse the the local marketplaces, or maybe the local black marketplaces.
The usual.
Then you'd have to figure out how to intercept his supply of those fishes and implant the fishes.
And if that fails, just complete unbridled wanton violence.
Means thermal detonator.
Could we put a thermal detonator inside one of the fish? Would that be poisonous?
How big is the
And or
thing?
lethal? That actually, wait.
Yeah, because it's not that big, right?
Because whistling birds are small. We could put something similar to that, perhaps. Not whistling birds, perhaps, but like something that size.
Y'all are going to wind up stuffing one of these fish full of plastique.
What? Why does this fish taste like C4? It's from the sea. Don't worry.
Ooh.
I'll see myself out. That was horrible.
Gee.
I mean, a thermal detonator is like a grenade, so I mean, if you really want to do that.
Like palm size, so.
Yeah, it's too big for the fish to swallow in question, because the fish is like yay long.
And I think it's one of those things like grenade, like you activate it and chuck it. It's not like you can put this on a delayed release or.
Well, the one
Why
they
is the-
used in
why is the
Jedi,
fish
she
blinking
hit the
red?
switch and it started to activate, and then she was able to move the switch back, turn it back off. So there was some kind of time delay.
Yeah, but we can't just shove it in a fish and set it for 3 hours and just fingers crossed.
What happened? There was an explosion in the sewer system. Turns out stuff passes through a hut pretty quickly.
Oh,
Though I guess Doc could tell you.
Enchiladas.
I guess Doc could tell you about how long that would take.
he had Taco Bell.
He was saved by the Taco Bell that he had before the fish.
Boo.
Do we want to try the poison route first?
Honestly, the best place for be somewhere where I could provide Overwatch.
You
Just
can fight the
in
people that
case.
are on the roof.
Especially considering it's basically a laser at this point.
You can get on the roof next to them and shoot them off from there.
That
We
would
have the
definitely cause a
grippers, right?
distraction.
Yeah. Go with like plan A and then plan B and
The repeating blaster BL's got some pretty good range on it too, in case they wise up.
So you and BL take the opposite rooftop and just cap them from there.
Could. Though we don't want to. It would be best if we waited until like stuff started going down.
to pull
Can't exactly
security that
predict-
way.
Yeah.
Can't exactly predict that unless you actually throw a thermal detonator behind the club.
So do we want to go in guns blazing or
Not guns blazing, single gun behind the club, and then they have to run and go see what that is.
if he
You
has
good?
enough security to put people on the roof, he's got enough security to keep around him.
I think we're misunderstanding each other. This is just to get in.
But if we stuff it in the fish, we don't have to get in. Initially, we could try that first.
That's true.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
It is.
We would just have to find the people that deliver the fish, distract them long enough that we can dose a couple of the fish that are specifically going to Arnox, and go from there. If that doesn't fail, we can go in, painted and shooting everyone in sight.
Not everyone. Sometimes people just have a
The people that are
shooting us.
shooting back at us or that we were contracted to shoot.
Sure.
Just maybe for once, not violence. Just for once.
Not violent. No violence, she says, as we plot to make a Hutt's guts explode.
And I'll just keep Overwatch just in case violence does break out.
You just like shooting things.
I do. However, Chiss aren't exactly known for being delivery boys.
You're
Or
the guy
or
in
this part of the
charge.
galaxy.
You're the manager.
Okay, maybe we'll use the other face paint for you.
Well, now keep in mind.
You want to look like a
this is-
Zabrak?
This is Nar Shaddaa. So there's a little bit of probably anybody and everybody around here. But it is kind of the opposite side of the galaxy from unknown space. And this is all pre-Admiral Thrawn showing up too. So he would just be a blue-skinned humanoid that most folks wouldn't necessarily be able to identify as species. But it's a cosmopolitan enough city that nobody's it's not that anybody's necessarily going to think that's weird. Huh, I forgot to put on my Nerd Eternal shirt today.
Maybe they're worrying.
Wash, it's fine.
Glorious porpoise.
Amazing.
Glorious porpoise.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't say anything, it's just gray.
Right. It's also one of the most comfortable shirts out. Alright. So it sounds like the captain and probably BL are setting up Overwatch on some of the surrounding rooftops. Now, y'all and the rest of you are going inside.
Mhm.
All right, so you're gonna go inside and try to deliver the poison that way.
Poison for Arnox. Poison specifically for Arnox. That poison.
Arnox is poison.
It's poison.
This is slowly becoming that kind of like slapstick.
Ludo,
Yes.
can you arrange a roller coaster to get us through the club?
Ludo, pull the lever!
Right. Wrong lever.
Why do we even have that lever?
Oh man. Right.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
All right.
Maybe it's pertinent that we put the bomb the fish before we, you know.
All right. Well, first things first. The injectable poison, y'all have got that on hand because that's from
Yeah.
what you stole from the contractor that you escorted back up at the beginning of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
For the ingestible poison that you were going to hide in the fish, somebody's going to have to do the rounds through the black market, gathering some of that stuff up, or calling the old man again to see if he can get that.
You both.
Both is good.
Osa could probably make the rounds again and just, normal human woman walking.
All right.
With dim sum.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was that roll to see if you could contact the black market?
Streetwise?
Yeah, I think it was streetwise.
Let's see. All right, then Ozen, give me a streetwise roll.
I have dice in here. In this, thing. Not that they did me much good. 11.
That is not good enough for anybody in the black market to talk to you.
You'd think the dim sim is like doing something, because it's obvious she's wearing it.
Yeah,
So it's like, like, oh, you have an illegal item. I should talk to you.
Well, some of it may be a combination of you don't necessarily know the best places to look,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't necessarily seem like somebody that knows what they're doing and trying to find the black market. So maybe it's not safe to talk to you.
I'm looking to score some drugs.
Hello, fellow youths!
How do you do, fellow children?
So yeah, you have no luck on that foray.
Fair enough.
If you contact the old man, he is able to procure your some.
Whew. Then yeah, that's the plan. We'll just. Does the old man have a name?
He has not given you a name. It's just that sort of business.
That's fine. Just making sure we have the relationship down.
And to note, he has not asked you your name.
Yeah.
We just go around the room. I'm Io, this is Ozen. Hierro, Doug, Kelser.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
B.O.
you're very new at this.
She does not actually go around the room and introduce everyone. Make that
Oh.
clear.
He's Mr. Green. You're Mrs. Purple. She's I guess Ozen would be Mrs. White.
Racist.
And then, Doc, it would depend on what color y'all spray painted him.
Just
Mr.
call me
Chrome.
Colonel Mustard.
I was going there too. Flames
That's-
up the side of my head.
Colonel
Fantastic.
Mustard with the poison in Arnox's club.
I mean, bet.
All right. Now, are you going to break into the club, try to poison the fish, or y'all going to try to, I don't know, hijack a shipment of fish coming to the club and poison?
How hard would? Go ahead.
We have the schedule of like shipments that are supposed to be there, right?
Mm-hmm, you
And
do.
the companies that are like shipping them out, right?
Right.
We can just
So
go to the one
you could
like
probably deduce either hit the company before the shipment comes out, or kind of deduce the probable route.
Yeah, just try and
Just-
hop
I
on
think-
the. Go ahead.
sorry. I think hitting the warehouse before is the play.
Or even the delivery while it's out and about. Like while it's on another stop, if it has one before.
Yes, exactly. Or maybe even just hitting the delivery before it even gets out of the warehouse. Like get to the delivery truck before they make their first stop.
Also potential.
Bonk somebody on the head. Here. Put on their
You can do that. All right. So y'all are going to try to hijack the truck at the warehouse?
Not hijack it if they have like the orders picked already. And it's like, this, these couple boxes are Arnox's club. We poison the
Arnox.
fish in there.
Club Arnox. Makes
Yeah.
it sound classy, but also egotistical.
Mhm.
And nothing says Hutt like egotism and classiness.
Yep.
All right, so you track down. Well, you look at the schedule. The company is Star Aqua,
Mhm.
which is probably a company some of you have heard of. I mean, they do. They're like a
I got my
galactic
takeout from.
seafood company.
Yeah. That's where I got my takeout from the other day.
It's not a restaurant.
Yeah, but I can't go to a restaurant.
So yeah, I mean, you can look up where their delivery place is from without any trouble.
Mhm.
It's in a nicer neighborhood. I mean, lots of large businesses, so this actually gets patrolled by security fairly often.
Mhm.
Though to be fair, Arnox's club is not in a really bad part of town. But there's not a ton of foot traffic through here because, like I said, there's a lot of businesses.
Mhm.
Not storefront type stuff, but like this warehouse or offices, that sort of thing. And there are delivery, large delivery speeders backed up, to the building. Like I said, it's a warehouse, so you've got multiple docks.
Think the play here is go and just go stinking in the around back and looking for the warehouse, yeah? Or looking
Okay.
for the proper the one of the vehicles that's going towards the club.
Yeah, if they've already picked the order, that kind of thing.
Okay. So who is doing the sneaking?
I'll offer to come because she figures they probably have some kind of security. At the very least, cameras on the delivery vehicles. So she
Some
can
of them.
throw those for a loop for at least a little bit of time.
Okay.
Ozin will go.
All right. Anybody else?
Kelsey, how's your sneak?
Um,
I actually think it's better than mine, but
3D
know.
plus 1.
never mind.
Same.
Does Ozin have the best sneak in the group?
What's your sneak?
4.
Probably.
After this session, I should be able to up my sneak to a 4.
Nice. But yeah, Ozin will sneak along.
But until then, Ozin moves silently while Io and Kelter come up behind her. Chanting.
Clang, 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 clang.
No. They're
I'm gonna
chanting.
pause
Sneak,
some
sneak, 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 sneak. Sneak, 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 sneak. Sneak, sneak, sneak.
This is just turning into their first new groove.
Like my DM.
Actually, I was quoting a character from, what was that? It was an anime. I think it was Martian Successor Nadesco. That you had a girl breaking into the base and she was chanting sneak while she was sneaking around.
Yep.
All right. So, what are the rest of you doing? If those three are sneaking in, what is the captain and Doc going to do?
Captain's gonna go find a roof with enough line of sight to provide overwatch from a decent distance.
Okay. So you're on one of the neighboring buildings.
Maybe not neighboring, but
Well,
that's a big
buildings in the neighborhood, anyway.
Yeah.
Trying to get one to use his scope.
I'm going to assume y'all took the speeder and then kind of, tucked it out of sight.
Change the tags on it.
Did you
and
take
everything.
BO with you?
He'd throw a cloak over BL, and unless the 2 dim sims are being used, he'll put one on BL to hide the fact he's a droid.
Put him in some baggy pants so his legs, don't give away.
Yeah, basically.
He just looks like Jeff the skeleton robot from Craig Ferguson.
Yeah.
Hate that.
I appreciate that you know that, though.
Hate that.
The captain
No, you don't.
will just take BL with him.
Okay.
And then
All right. So once you get your Overwatch set up, at an angle, so you're kind of like lining up with the corner of the building, so you can keep two sides of the building kind of in view.
Did that storage unit have a tarp?
Sure. We'll say it had a tarp in there.
oh no, he's gonna make a nest.
Yeah, he's absolutely making a nest. He's got the tarp like over him.
The rooftop of this
Urban
building
ghillie
is
suit.
Basically.
This area is currently under construction. Please do not look at the tarp currently sitting on the roof.
All right.
As for Doc, I'm not 100% sure. Other than he would possibly be making backup poisons just in case something goes south and we need a little extra.
I was gonna
Make
say, he can
cyanide
definitely-
capsules for all of us.
We've established that he can synthesize it, right?
Mm-hmm. He's got the know-how. He just, as long as there's if there is excess chemicals from making the first batch, he's going to be making a few extra doses just in case.
Okay, that's not a problem. And the captain gets his nest set up. So how are the rest of you approaching the food warehouse?
We'd know what kind of uniforms they have, right? Like coveralls or something like that.
Yeah. And they're not it's basically they've all got like a company, shirt on. It's nothing fancy. This is warehouse working and truck drivers. It's not a part of the business that really deals with the public or anything. So
Okay.
there's not like a strict dress code, but most of them are wearing shirts with a little Star Aqua logo on them.
Maybe just make sure to wear a jacket to cover where the logo would be.
All right, the shirts are
And,
blue. Everybody in jackets with blue shirts under it. All right, there we go. Hats pulled down. And you watch the building a few minutes, and any employees coming in or out, there's like a card swipe that they do. And you can tell there's a couple of cameras around. It's not real high security, but there's a couple of cameras around. And like I said, the card swipes at the door. But there's not like a person at the door checking IDs.
just for sake of it, Aya would have painted herself. So, at least a different color, Twi'lek. Would it be something quick and easy to hack as far as the card swipe?
For someone of your skill, yes.
Cool.
Unless you just really foul it up, it should not be too big a deal for you.
How did I roll a 1?
It was 5 dice. I rolled a 1. Or 7 dice, or whatever.
9.
Oh, goodness.
Fuck.
We're in,
Alright,
guys.
So 36. That's very difficult.
At some point, that's like heroic difficult.
That's very difficult, almost very, very difficult. The difficulties tend to go in increments of, 10 when you get up to that rank. So yes, not only do you get the security of the card swap without any trouble, you manage to do it very quickly. That's not draw any special attention.
Gotta swipe it like 4 times. I hate these things.
But yeah, door slides open. The 3 of you all, scurry on in.
Yep.
And you've seen other employees where a group of them walk up and one guy swipes the card and everybody goes in when he swipes. So
yeah.
Like I said, it's a fish warehouse. It is not super high security. You get inside. There's like a little kind of foyer area. There's like a high-tech punch clock. Off to the side, looks like it's the break room. Nobody is really dilly-dallying around in the front. You can see the door. You can see the kind of swinging doors that go off into the, where the
back warehouse.
Right. Right now it's like you've got normal 8-foot ceilings. And you can see where the swinging doors are, and that opens up into the actual warehouse part.
Yep. So say we can just walk like we know what we're doing and just go that way.
Right.
So
Right.
just grab a
It's a
clipboard.
sizable warehouse. It's doubtful that too many people recognize everybody that works here.
Sure. It's like working. It's like the Amazon warehouse. Just no one.
Or a Target
no one
distribution
knows
center or
anybody.
anything like that.
Yeah. No one knows anybody. There's new people coming in all the time.
We're just temps.
Who are y'all? Oh, well, we usually work the night shift, but they called us in to fill in, or all you gotta do is complain about management, and everybody just assumes you blend right in.
Fucking managers, am I right?
I mean, it was my day off. I put in PTO for this, and they call my ass in.
Yes, but then you go a step too far. We should really unionize, and then the managers are on you. And it's all over at that point. Because I can't imagine Nar Shaddaa is much of a place with unions.
Cartels, yes. Unions,
On the other
no.
hand, there's a lot of gangsters, and gangsters and unions used to go together pretty closely. I don't know.
That does bring up an interesting thought. Would Hutts be pro-union?
Absolutely not.
In other people's territory, yes, but not in their own.
Mhm.
Because the gangsters are the government around here, so.
Only if they could run the union.
Well-
By union, I mean cartel.
Anyway, so you step back into the well, if you want to, you can step back into the warehouse. You've got the break rooms kind of over to one side. You've got, it looks like a couple of probably the manager's offices.
Are there any places where it looks like people are going to get, like, where orders should be picked from and stuff like that?
Like
what needs to be sorted onto what trucks, kind of thing.
If you glance back into the warehouse area, and you do see like a desk, kind of a desk, couple of desk sections over here with some consoles. So you could probably access that kind of information there. If you ducked into an empty manager's office, they might have a computer that could access that. Now that you're owning the property, any computer you find, you could probably get into their system and pull that sort of stuff up.
I'm not going to go into the manager's office because they always show up when you least want them to.
It's right there.
Like in the office?
No, Ozen can go with you.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm assuming IOOs and Kelts are all right there together. Y'all all right there together. So.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
look at
just
them.
stand by the door.
Glancing back into the warehouse, are the ones in there being, like, used frequently?
Let's see. When you first glance back, you didn't see anybody. If you like watch it for a minute, you see somebody come up and tap some stuff, hold up a data pad. It's like they're comparing. It's like they pull it up on the system and then they're comparing it to what's on their data pad and then they run back off.
It's like everyone's using it.
Yeah, it's not being used constantly, but it's like anybody can walk up and use it apparently.
Okay, I'm anybody.
You are.
She walks up and looks for where Club Arnox's order is being pulled to.
All right. Give me a
or if it has been
roll.
pulled. Ooh, computer used? Computer program repair?
Yes.
23.
All right. Hey, let's see, with a 23. It's a pretty basic system they're using. A lot of companies use slight variations of the same thing, so you're able to get on there and work it pretty easily. Not a lot of security on here. And you find Club Arnox's order. They are currently loading the truck.
Easy enough.
And you get, which bay the truck's in.
Which bay? Cool. Perfect.
Name of the driver.
Do we have a location in the warehouse where those fish that he likes would be stored?
Yes, yeah. You can pull up the inventory to where,
I vote we grab the fish, stuff it in there, switch it out, be like, hey, that bunch got recalled. Here's the good stuff. Good thing you didn't leave already.
I mean, we can totally try that.
All right.
Okay.
Worth a shot. Which one of us has the highest con or bargaining?
I think Ozen.
This would be
Again.
con. This would definitely be a con.
This would be con.
3D plus 1?
40.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
Cool.
3D.
All right, Ozen.
Let's go find the fish and stuff them full of poison.
Yeah, you guys do that. Ozen will we'll just wait for that opportunity to be like, hold on, this is hold on, that's on recall. This is the one you're looking for.
Yeah, those got flagged for temperature check or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I will run off.
All of
grab
us,
the
all of
fish.
us have worked in a warehouse. We all know what we're talking about.
Yeah, Io runs off, gets the fish, make sure no one looking. Stuffs the poison into the fish.
All right, give me a stealth.
Oh,
Let's see if you
jeez.
can do this.
Stealthily.
Yes.
Quietly.
Do we have? Where is stealth at?
It's sneak.
I think it's
Perception.
sneak hide.
Oh,
Is
okay.
the name of the skill.
13.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Let's see. 13 is a. Well, 15 is a moderate difficulty.
Uh-huh.
So let me give a little roll to see if any of these schmucks are paying close enough attention to you.
I was gonna say, wait. Oh no, it wouldn't affect. They're not using heat-based or infrared sensors.
All right, they only rolled a 12, so you know.
She's just sneaky enough.
It's not that they don't see you; it's they just don't realize. You know, you're sort. It looks like you're digging into a pallet or whatever, but it's doesn't strike them as weird enough for them to really pay any attention.
Mm-hmm.
Places them back neatly, closes the box, hauls butt back towards where Ozen would be.
You just hear one of the guys that went by, "Hey, who's the new girl?" But that's about it.
Oh no.
Night shift.
Okay.
And then as soon as they get to Ozen, they're gonna. As soon as a person goes to pick the fish, it's like, hey, hold on, these got flagged.
All right, you make con roll.
Yep. I'm trusting in the Force because I want this to work.
Dude, you're literally going to be just like average schmoes.
I know, but I really
the
want
dice
this
have
to.
fucked us before, okay?
Uh-huh. Like the last 40 I did wasn't great, so I'm making sure this one's good.
All right. Let me know what you got.
Let's see. Yep. 28.
All right, that definitely beats their 7.
So it's like, we'll put this one in. Don't worry about it. We'll put it in ourselves. Just
Pass
do not
on. I
touch this
gotta
one.
run it back
Oh,
to the
man, we
manager
just
for
loaded that
DMG.
up. All right, and they have to pull a couple of pallet. Oh no, actually,
Mhm.
I'm thinking of delivery trucks like the 18-wheelers we get. This is not that big a truck.
More of like a FedEx box van.
Yeah.
FedEx
Or where
box
I
is
work,
nice.
the Frito-Lay guy that shows up.
That's
So
that's
they
mostly
roll
what
the
it
rack with those fish off. They yank, they pull those fish off.
Mhm.
They swap them.
Io grabbed some kind of tag from somewhere on the way up, slaps the tag on it, and runs back off.
Well, good thing you caught us before we left.
Yeah, that would have been real. This one's going to Club Arnox, right? That would have been.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Yeah,
He's not
that would have
somebody
been
we want-
real. Yeah,
He's not somebody we
exactly.
want to poison on accident. That would just be bad.
We want that
That'd be
contract.
horrible.
We want that contract.
Yes, nobody wants to poison him on accident. I guarantee you. So they roll that back on.
So
and
many
then
people are gonna
they
lose
finish
their
it.
jobs for this.
Okay, and then that's that. We don't want to. I'll look at Io and roll for.
It's
something real
lunchtime,
quick.
right?
Yeah. We got that. It's lunchtime. I'm gonna roll something wrong. Does Io consent to getting a telepathic message?
Sure.
Okay. Then I'll roll.
The
it.
caller you have tried to reach
Cool.
is not available. Please leave a voicemail.
So Io in her head hears we're not like stealing the car, right? Or I guess we're not stealing the delivery truck, right?
Can she answer in her head? Would she know that?
No. It's not it's Ozen speaking to you, but you don't know that you
She has no idea how to
Probably wouldn't know.
reply telepathically.
Right.
She just kind of like gives Ozen a look like,
thumbs up, keep walking.
we gotta go for lunch, right?
Yeah, lunchtime.
Or 15 smoke break, something.
Mm-hmm. Union rules.
Don't say that!
Red lights begin blaring.
Our cover's blown! We gotta go!
Management comes running out with like
Some
tufts
FBI
with
agents with a
with
gun.
staffs.
Will drop from the ceiling of the warehouse. Uh,
Alright. So, mission accomplished. We're headed back.
she'll send something through the old man to Ludo to the effect of, "Hey, don't get greedy. Let your uncle enjoy his favorite fish."
He will let Ludo know.
Just so we don't unintentionally perhaps poison our future potential employer.
Or kill both of them.
Or kill both of them and just take over their cartel, and this just goes completely off the rails.
Now y'all don't care what the Empire is doing to the corporate sector. But yeah, y'all get out of the building without any incident. The captain up on the roof, you've been watching. Nothing weird's been going on. Trucks have been coming and going. And maybe 15 minutes after they come in, you see your guys come back out.
Mm-hmm. Easy enough.
Okay.
The closest y'all come to getting caught is as y'all are walking through that foyer, heading to the door. My manager sticks his head out the door. And he points. He looks at you and he points at the clock. Clock out if you're leaving the building.
Yeah, we're clocking out.
Yeah, hard ass.
And once he sees y'all turn and step towards the clock, he doesn't bother to like watch you to make sure. He just
That's
give,
too
like,
real,
extra,
Jason.
Give extra time to a couple other employees. Like, they've been here 2 hours additional.
Now they're gonna get fired for overtime.
The camera show you walking in here, but you're clocked in as walking in here. You're still in time.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, she would know. Yeah, no, never mind then. She's gonna. Nah, she won't do anything.
Deduct the manager's hours.
What? Well, they're probably salary.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're in and out clean.
Well, let's see how this goes.
When you walk back over to the speeder, BL is like leaned up against it, trying to look inconspicuous.
I thought BL was with Aerta.
Well, the captain took him. I don't know if he was necessarily on the roof though.
He was.
Oh, was he? Okay, never mind then.
Because the captain's also paranoid of a certain random jackass jetpacking down on top of him.
Yeah, BL would not deny himself an opportunity to potentially shoot from a roof.
Then as the captain and BL are climbing down the roof, BL is expressing his disappointment.
Well, this happens sometimes.
Yes. And I realize the mission being successful is a positive.
How do you think I feel? I wanted to shoot somebody.
I know exactly how you feel. How do I show my worth if I'm not leaving bodies on the ground?
By making sure me and mine are alive at the end of the day.
I guess.
If this is successful, we'll find a nice planet where the two of you can go hunting.
Animals are not a dangerous enough game.
Oh my god.
I've seen some of the animals in Star Wars. That's bullshit.
That is true.
As we get in, we'll just fill in Aerta and I guess BL with all the information. Mission success. This, that, the other thing happened. Should be delivered by like 10 or 9 rather. Get
Yeah,
there
I mean,
just in
not
time for like.
like I said, they were about done loading the truck, so it's not going to be any freakish amount of time. Now, Arnox's delivery is not the only delivery on the truck, so
Sure, that's what I'm saying. Is it'll get there by like 9 or 10, give or take.
Okay. Then I guess we just wait.
Okay. All right, so
Would we know if there's medical kept on site on the club?
Yeah, Ozen would know because Ozen has worked.
Yes,
She has worked for
at least a few
Arnox.
months before
Yeah,
these guys showed up.
before grouping up. Well, you may not have worked for him longer than the captain.
Closer proximity, though.
But yes, but a lot of that time you was actually on Nar Shaddaa for you.
Mm.
So yes, there is a doctor on staff.
Never mind then.
Kind of an old, washed-up doctor that drinks a lot, but
that doctor's a hack.
but I mean, he seems to know his stuff. He just
More
has a
likely to
problem
chop
with
off.
drinking and gambling, so
Got himself
that's-
indebted.
that's kind of what happened. Yep. All right, so y'all are gonna set up. Are going back to the safe house and just waiting to hear if your poison took effect, or are you going to set up? Watch outside the club or something.
I mean, having all of us outside the club would be a bit conspicuous.
We'll try to make our way in? Question mark.
I was down with completely sitting at the safe house and letting other people, if they would like to go to the club, go to the club.
The captain is a very known entity, especially
Yeah,
here.
I think that's the issue. Everyone here is like somewhat known.
By the same
but face
token,
paint.
painted blue with red eyes.
You could reinvent yourself.
You wouldn't necessarily want to walk up to Arnox.
No.
You can say what you want to about him. He is relatively intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like the bartenders or any of the club goers, that would probably be enough.
And to be clear, this poison we're intending it to be lethal.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Exceptionally lethal. Like,
just making sure.
absurdly lethal. Like
Yeah,
fentanyl
yeah,
lethal.
like elephant tranquilizer for a mouse.
Okay. Because the way we were talking about, like, oh, he just has like a tummy ache or whatever.
I think we said that would be if we tried to use like the one intended to be injected into the bloodstream in the food.
Right.
We engineered this one specifically to be ingested.
This is an ingested poison.
Cool. All right, sounds good. Then yeah, we just fucking play the waiting game, I guess.
That's how it works.
If that doesn't work, then we get to go guns blazing.
Ozen's a little antsy about this. She's like, I don't want to run in. I don't like running in and killing, but I don't like knowing that the mission, that the contract isn't being completed.
All right, so everybody's hanging out at the clubhouse, at the safe house.
It's a clubhouse. Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah. We
Yes,
picked up
sir.
like a thing of cards on the way back. Maybe some takeout.
We stole some of the food from the warehouse.
Get some really high-end fish. That stuff's $10 a pound. I know.
Oh, this is a 50-pound fish.
Just clock out. Hey, you're leaving. You clock out. Fish over shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, hard ass.
Shoot, could be like work. They had a guy stealing on video, and it still took them 2 weeks to get around to firing.
Oh, because they want him to keep working.
Paperwork.
It's the paperwork, and they want him to keep working, and then they fire him.
I had a guy yell at the top of his lung at someone and walk out, and they rehired him.
God.
They
Well, you know,
rehired.
that wasn't theft, and that wasn't violence, so
It damn near was violent.
What is this violence you speak of?
But,
Stuff that
Yep.
doesn't occur nearly
If
enough.
we're taking a sec, then Ozen's just gonna like practice lightsaber.
Ponder the
forms.
cube?
No, practice lightsaber forms.
so most of you are playing cards in a storage
Ozen's
unit
just at
while
the back
Ozen's
doing like
swinging the
Tai Chi with the
lightsaber.
lightsaber. Not violently. She's like
Ozen's
doing
over
the
there
equivalent.
doing Tai Chi.
She's like doing space Tai Chi with the lightsaber.
Every now and then she forgets how low the ceiling is, so there's a mark. There's a couple of cut marks in the ceiling.
Ah, shit.
Just
I
sparks.
mean,
and
the
stuff.
archetype is failed Jedi, so you know.
Yeah.
But about 2 hours later, you get calmed by the old man.
Nar Shaddaa Pizza, how can we help you?
We have a complication.
Of fucking.
I know.
Go on.
It what I assume is your plan almost went off without a hitch. Those fish arrived. He rattles off whatever kind of actual fish they are. Arnox dove into him like he usually does. But he only got. But he was getting ready to dive into him like usual. He ate one. And then there was a distraction. Somebody came running in with news from one of his other businesses getting hit by one of the rival cartels. He was dealing with that, became violently ill. Let's see. I did not have a name for his doctor.
Moreau.
We'll go with Marrow. That sounds medically.
Yeah.
So he started becoming violently ill, but Doc Moreau had not been he wasn't 3 sheets to the wind yet, so he was actually competent enough to give him some stuff to slow the poison down. They've got a ambulance speeder coming in to pick him up. And Ludo, has given, he tells you, basically what hospital they're shipping him to. The doctor figured out pretty quickly that it was poison, and of course they found it in the fish pretty quickly. I'm assuming your delivery system was to shove little capsules of the poison, down the fish's throat so that
Yep.
when they start digesting it,
Yep.
So once they realized something was wrong, the doc was able to figure out what it was pretty quickly. Like I said, he gave him something to slow it down. And like I said, the ambulance speeder is on its way now. This is basically this has all just happened. The old man got the message.
now.
The old man got the message from Ludo the second Ludo could get out of sight enough to calm him, and now he's calmed you.
Yep. Off to the
Well,
hospital then.
sharpshootering.
Yep.
Luckily, y'all have a speeder, so
Yep.
I'm assuming we've made modifications to where Ayra's gun can transmit that poison somehow. Or we've gotten a ballistic weapon.
there was no talk of that. So I'm assuming y'all have y'all's weapons.
Right, it is laser, huh?
I don't think any of y'all carry ballistic weapons.
Throw it like a dart.
Run up and stab him and like injecting a turkey with flavor.
Do you know what route they were going to take to get to the hospital?
You can pull up, maps of the city.
What would be the quickest route?
Here is the hospital. Here is the club. Here are kind of the main roads that they'd probably take. It all kind of depends on, is it going to be a land speeder or an air speeder?
True.
Is it what you think of as typical ambulance, or is it going to be airlifting?
Yeah.
And then you realize how heavy Hutts are, so...
Probably.
With as much pool as he has, though, he could probably arrange an air lift out if he wanted to.
It could go either way,
Either way, Captain will find whichever set of routes converge the most,
Okay.
and he's going to try to find a spot to perch.
All right. Somebody, whoever's going to be driving y'all's speeder, give me a pilot. I guess I'm piloting for that.
That would be Ayerta.
Or is there specifically a speeder?
There's repulsor lift operation. So it'd either be starship piloting or repulsor lift operation.
Let's go with repulsor lift operation.
Okay. See if I'm driving, since we're making a roll here.
Okay.
Io just completely bummed that didn't work.
Yeah.
It was a good attempt. We'll have an attempt to poison someone else next time.
14.
Okay.
2 good dice, 2 bad dice.
Mm-hmm.
That equates to an average-ish roll.
To the dice jail with the bad dice.
All right, so it's just shy of a moderate success. So the 15 you'd need for a moderate. So traffic gets in your way some. Now you trying to get like are you trying to get on top of a roof again for that kind of vantage point?
He is, if he can.
Okay. So you're climbing up kind of the fire escape or whatever. You hear a siren. You look over and you see the ambulance speeder straight past you as you're halfway up the building. On the plus side, though, it's headed toward the club, not back from the club.
Okay. So he's gonna get up and
We still have
wait.
We still have some time. Yeah. I'll get the speeder from there, I guess. Just drive it to
Yeah.
I'd go to the hospital from there.
All right, so the captain is taking up a sniper position.
Yep.
Probably BL going with him,
Uh,
just in case.
just in
Yep,
case.
okay.
Though he's gonna keep the cloak and all that, and he's going to tell BL to hide the repeater.
If you still got him in that big cloak, tarp kind of thing he's wearing, then he can slide up
Yeah.
under there without too much trouble.
Yeah, and he's just gonna have him like just kind of like just sit there. So it looked like homeless dude, just sort of like just sitting on the roof, just trying to get away from the crowds.
Okay. So he's kind of sitting over the edge, like.
Yeah.
Well, at least if there's traffic for us, it'll be traffic for the ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
If it's ground based.
This wasn't. At least not from that description that I got.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean,
Well, if the ambulance is speeding this way, going towards the club, then that means that we have time.
Yeah, you'll probably have a couple minutes. But all right. So
The temptation
so
for
the captain
Ozen to be
and BL are set up on the roof. What are the rest of you doing?
I'll calm Cap and be like, "Let us know if shit goes sideways,"
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just. I mean, we're the rest of us are on the speeder, yeah.
Yeah, I assumed everybody loaded up in in
Yeah.
essentially.
So if we're on the speeder, we're just gonna fucking, I guess, wait for traffic to get us out of here. Not intending to like.
Do we want to have Doc try and inject him with it? I mean, he's a medical droid. He'd look at, in place in the hospital. Perhaps, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't know. They might throw a restrainer on him before
Yeah,
just
fair.
check him.
Why does it always gotta come to just putting holes in people?
I don't know.
Because it's Star Wars, it's all got to be actiony.
I, Jeremy, know. Ozen does not.
Yes, this is true.
On the other side of the fourth wall, we realize. Inside of the fourth wall, it's like, why can't this shit just be easy?
All right, so the rest of you are staying in the speeder,
Mhm.
and are y'all like headed towards the hospital?
Yeah.
In case the captain doesn't stop the speeder or stop the ambulance, I should say. Okay. All right, give me a piloting roll, isn't it?
I'm not trying to
Or not
go
piloting,
like
but the repulsor lift operation.
same dice pool. 6.
That's pretty good, actually.
Huh?
Oh, I thought you meant your dice pool was 6
No,
dice.
I rolled a 6.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
I was like, 6 dice? Wow. You should have been the one driving during the race. But no, rolled a 6. Okay, that's a little different.
I'm just
You managed not to crash the speeder.
That's all I'm hoping for, because I don't think anyone here besides Ayerta beats my 2 dice in mechanical.
2d2?
For what?
Hop in if you want.
4 base.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we looking
Repulsor
for?
lift operation.
Wait, I got 2d2 plus 2 in mechanical.
Okay. Well, then y'all should have jumped on.
I thought you had a higher dice pool.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Irregardless,
We don't die.
Yeah. Traffic's rough. At this rate, you probably will not beat it back to the hospital.
How is it going to get past me to get to the hospital?
It's got
It's
flashing
flying.
lights.
Ah.
Yeah, it was going by about roof level.
Okay,
when it
that's
flew
different.
past.
Okay.
So it is one of the airlift types. Because the captain was aiming for a section where either path along the road or just flying that they would intersect.
All right. Well.
Uh,
Yeah,
Okay.
traffic sucks down here, so
So-
you got the shot.
If it gets past the captain and BL, y'all are gonna be breaking into a hospital to try to get this guy.
Yep.
Not the craziest thing we've done in a game.
All right, quick, detach the cord from his IV and start blowing into it.
Oh
The calls are like, that's a step too far.
no!
Oh, come on!
Oh,
I'm not the only person here that's seen the apt people.
Oh man.
So yeah, so you get set up. A few minutes later, that ambulance speeder is coming back. Not quite as fast this time.
Mm-hmm. Once it gets to medium range, he's gonna. There's a pilot for this?
Yes.
Okay. Once it gets to medium range, he's going to. Well, actually, would he know if these air buses also have an autopilot in case something goes wrong with the pilot? Autopilot isn't a thing in Star Wars, is it?
Not really.
Usually you have like a like with
Droid
ships.
or maybe
If
an
you've got
R2.
something like that, it's usually that you have a droid in there to handle it. But
Okay.
let's see. The captain could give me.
While this is going on, Ozen's gonna activate Enhance Attribute.
Me realizing I think I just closed Roll20 by accident.
Ooh.
You could give me a technology roll to see what you know about this kind of speeder.
Yeah, sure.
And if you've got your sheet closed, you've got a 5 dice in technology, in knowledge technology.
No, I have too many windows, and I I closed one that looked like it was Roll20.
Oh, okay.
Moderate's
Wow.
15, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's still by an extra 1 dice. Cool.
Okay.
But it's 1 dice for 3 rounds.
19.
Oh yeah. You recognize what model this is.
Mm-hmm.
It does not have an autopilot per se.
Mm-hmm.
Not something that would like carry it along a path. As an emergency vehicle, it does have a thing where if it detects something wrong with the pilot, the vehicle will stop. And as soon as the ground under it is clear, we'll lower to the ground. And, send out a message, So the guys at the hospital would get a message, hey, something's going on with the pilot, we have landed here.
Okay. So if the pilot dies, but for some reason, it won't just plummet out of the sky.
Correct.
Quietly
It would
buffing
land on a
himself
street or a
while he's
rooftop
doing
or
this.
something.
You gotta blow up the whole thing.
Street's kind of busy, so it might land on the rooftop,
How big is the rooftop that Ayer is on at present?
Definitely big enough for this thing to land on.
Wonderful. Okay. Once it gets just before it hits short range of medium range,
Mhm.
Ayer is going to shoot the pilot.
Okay.
And I'm going to trust in the Force on this one.
Okay. That will give you a dark side point because you're shooting an ambulance driver with the Force.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, this is literally a dude just doing his job trying to save somebody.
Yep.
He does not know. Well, he could probably
Yeah.
guess that this guy's a scumbag, but
No, yeah.
Okay.
I'll roll with it because Ayer is out for vengeance. So this would definitely count.
All right.
I like how my uses of trusting in the Force is like, do a coughing fit or, convince this person that these fish need to go out.
Iertis. I'm
I
trusting
need
the
to kill
Force
that
to murk a
person.
guy.
Yeah.
God.
Like 14 dice or something ridiculous for him right now.
20 actually.
Holy
Oh
shit.
God.
So yeah, it's zipping back along. You see the pilot there. He's just he's concentrating.
2 days from retirement.
No, he's way too young to be about to retire.
My
Permanently.
student debt will be cancelled.
Just goes to your next heir.
You know, it's
61.
It's just 2 days till his wife's due date. That's what's going on.
Attack roll was a 61.
Okay, right through the windshield into this guy's chest. Roll your damage.
He gets a -2 to his strength save.
He only has a 2 dice to his strength.
So you literally cannot do it.
No, it's minimum 1.
You know what? I'm
What?
going to say 3 because he does have to be strong enough to like move people around. So
Yeah.
That's fair.
he got a hut on a gurney. He's got a 3 at least.
Yeah, fair enough.
And let's see, he's got a 1 on that dice, but a 6 on that dice, and a 4, so 6. So he got a total of 11.
Wait, so he has he has 3 strength die?
Mm-hmm.
So you're only rolling 1 for his strength.
Is it minuses to the dice or minuses to his total?
Minus to the dice.
Ouch. Well, I'm going to be nice and let him keep his highest dice, which was a 6.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to make a difference.
Targets are at -2d to strength
2D,
rolls.
okay.
And I got a 19 for damage.
I bet you the point of that is to make it armor piercing, essentially.
Basically, I'd imagine, yeah.
And it just really screws over people that aren't wearing armor.
Well, the other part is you can only really fire
Once a
once
day.
around, too. It can't do full auto. Like
So
other
what was the damage
guns.
you rolled?
19,
19.
which I think tripled his strength save.
Yes, because triple his strength save would be 18.
Yeah.
Let's see, and a triple I think is the mortally wounded just right away. Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, his eyes just go wide. He slams back, slumps over, hits the steering wheel or piloting stick or whatever it would be in one of these, and the whole speeder starts to kind of turn so quick, but the momentum is still carrying it forward. So it's kind of like it's almost like it's spinning around, and then you see it kind of jerk as the automated system kicks in.
Yeah.
We see that, just kind of looking up.
No, it's been a few minutes. Y'all are decent. Y'all have
Okay.
made turns. Y'all are
We
decent
have been
little
going.
ways away.
Okay.
Line of sight's broken.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, traffic is crap. You're not moving quickly, but
Ozen can
Okay.
probably feel the disturbance.
That's mostly what I'm seeing if Ozen feels a disturbance in the force.
roll your sense.
Alright.
No, yeah, that's true. Ozen probably would have felt the use of the dark side.
Yeah, you might be close enough to do that.
11.
11.
Killed a guy.
You get a slightly bad feeling, but no idea what it's about. Because you're far enough away that it's kind of like, if you'd gotten a moderate, you'd have been like, oh, crap.
Yeah, no.
But this is just, suddenly you're a little extra tense for some reason. But you don't quite know what or why.
Extra dread.
Mm-hmm. So we're still going through towards the hospital. Captain, are you good?
I'm fine.
So yeah, that automated
really
system sits in.
Mm-hmm.
It just hovers there for a second, like the system is checking where it can land safely.
Mm-hmm.
Your rooftop's pretty clear.
Yeah, if it comes over to his rooftop, then
Yep, it comes over to the rooftop, just lowers itself down.
BL, open the door, please.
As BL is walking to the door, the back door flings open.
Mm-hmm.
And another guy in logo of the local hospital, probably the EMT that works in the back.
Yep.
He jumps out and starts to run around the corner like he's going to go check on the pilot, and then he sees the two of you heavily armed.
IR does have one of the dim sims on.
So it's just this cloak.
Yeah,
Hooded
they
cloak
both
figure.
both do technically, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Does he freak out and try to jump back in with the hut and shut the doors?
Oh, if he sees him come around, he'll go, "If you want to live, go down that ladder."
So something happened to my driver. Can I?
With the roll as high as I got, could I have incapacitated the driver instead of outright killed him?
Well,
Because I rolled a
it
61.
says mortal wound.
But the guy is an EMT, so he might be able to treat that mortal wound.
Yeah, that's the trick. Is mortal wound might not. I don't think mortal wound necessarily means immediately dead. I think there's death.
Mortal
Right.
wound is above death.
But he's not dead.
That's the one above dead, I believe. Wound
Yeah.
status. Yeah.
Yeah, mortally wounded. I think you can still come back from if you get medical attention. You know, start making strength checks and not something
you
you
get medical
usually
attention.
bother with NPCs. But
Yeah.
But he kind of glances. You see a lot of emotion playing over his face as he glances at his patient.
He'll reach into his
But
pack.
then he's
and
also got
He'll reach into his pack, toss a med kit to the EMT. Tend to your pilot.
guy already had a med pack in his hand.
Well, yeah.
Jumped out.
But, okay, never mind. If he did, never mind. He'll go like, he'll say, "Tend to your pilot, and you can live."
He looks kind of regretfully at the hut, but yeah, he's gonna.
This is a crime world.
It's a crime world. He's gonna save his buddy. There's nothing he can do against. By this point, Bill has come out with a repeating blaster, so
Yeah.
Biel's already assembled his repeating blaster.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Bill's like, oh, goody.
let me just attach my repeating silencer. So
Yeah,
so when he sprays, all you hear is. So yeah, he runs. That guy runs up, pulls his buddy out, starts working on that wound. Telling him to stay with him.
Stay with me.
He'll comment, "I made sure the shot was clean." And it is like a thin hole. Yeah.
As you approach the back, Arnox is laid out there. And he looks up to see who do you work for? I can triple the price.
He'll glance around. Is there any sort of cameras here?
No, not on this roof of the building.
He'll take the dim sim off.
Captain? Why?
I wanted you to know it was me.
He'll just smile. It's like, "I don't like being betrayed. BL."
Arnox's last word for BL pulls the trigger. You see a scowl come over his face. He goes, "Ludo," and then just blaster fire, makes him one with the force.
Really cool.
And basically, as soon as BL pulls the thing down, he'll put the dim sim back on so the EMTs can't see who he is.
Yeah.
He made sure the only one who could see him was Arnox.
Not one with a force.
Yeah.
So yeah, BL just erases Ludo's face or Arnox's face, and he just works his way down like he's working at his shoes.
Just has
keep damage to the craft to a minimum.
Copy that, sir.
Feel free to take out your aggression on the body, though.
So yeah, Ludo or Arnox gets shot up a lot, and there's some damage to the inside, but the ship would still be flyable. They just need to hose out the back and replace a few panels. It'll be all right.
Get some air wicks in there.
Yeah.
It's like a World War II
Baking
tank
soda.
it's like a World War II tank that's taking a hit but isn't completely wiped out. Somebody's just got to open the bottom hatches and then go spray the previous crew out,
Oh,
which was actually a thing.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
He'll once that's done, he'll instruct BL to hide his weapon again. He'll go around, check on the EMTs.
The EMT seems to have stabilized the driver.
Enjoy your evening, gentlemen.
The EMT is like specifically not looking at you. I mean, you've got the dim sim. It's like he's specifically like, I ain't seeing nothing.
And then him and BL will head back down. And he'll
Are you sure leaving them alive was wise, Captain? Well, he would identify you as Captain. He would just say, oh, around these guys. Are you sure leaving them alive is wise?
They aren't our target.
Very well. Yeah, when he says that, the EMT kind of glances at the droid who's looking at him and just shudders. Goes back to his work.
And then they'll leave. He'll come in to the rest of his crew and is like, "Job's done. Let's go back to the warehouse."
How about we just go?
Oh, we just got here.
How
Now-
how does his plan work in like 5 seconds, and we do this whole elaborate thing? And I was a little salty.
Well, no, it's their plan made his plan able to happen. So
It was all one big plan.
Yep.
Now,
Trust
keep
me,
in
Joey,
It's
mind,
all coming together.
mind that you had a you'd have to go back to the safe house to pick up Doc, but y'all had a second safe house.
Doc
set
was
up.
in the the speeder with us.
yeah, Doc came with him.
Was he?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we said
that's
we
right.
could leave him there and have him inject him like a butterball turkey.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was
God, I
in the
hate that.
safe house mixing up the poisons while you did the fish
Yes.
warehouse thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got mixed up
and,
with what Doc was doing, or when Doc was doing what he was doing.
Yeah, what he'll say is, proceed to warehouse 2. Job is done.
Yeah, because y'all the second safe house was a
Copy.
old mechanic shop, if I recall.
Do
It
we
was a
just want to?
speeder repair shop.
All right. I guess we make a U-turn somehow.
Ah.
Oh, that's right. You gotta go back and pick up the captain.
Yep.
Well, we could just say meet us and on the way. I'm sure we can find a side street that interconnects.
Mhm.
Yeah, what the captain will do is he'll disassemble his rifle, put it in his pack, so he doesn't look like he's carrying this massive sniper rifle, because you can't really hide that under a cloak.
No. And even in a place like Nar Shaddaa, where everybody's walking around armed, you're walking around with a sniper rifle is going to get some people's attention.
Mm-hmm. And then him and BL will just sort of walk towards the direction of warehouse number 2.
Okay.
Basically, keep in crowds so they're not off on their own. Just sort of look like they're commingling with the populace.
Yeah, and y'all blend in fairly well. There's a lot of people with all concealing cloaks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not a lot of them are droids, but
Yeah. And
BL
yes,
likes to look fancy.
That's basically what it was.
Yep.
so y'all eventually manage to get to a side street where Ozing can pick you up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Now get on the speeder.
As you're walking away, you hear lots of sirens from back in the direction of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I said he was pointedly said he was walking casually. He's not in a hurry. He's just, there's a
Ocean
speeder that
Parks.
landed. It's like basically, there's a speeder that landed up there. Okay. Just,
Ozen makes it a point to park and then like do like a reverse Riker out of the seat.
mm-hmm.
It's like I don't want to drive this thing anymore. This sucks.
And he'll climb in, take the wheel, and continue on towards warehouse number 2.
Should we contact Ludo or the old man on the way and let him know to have Ludo have a ship ready for us to get off?
I'm sure Ludo will figure it out pretty soon.
Let's not leave stuff to chance.
I say we do once we get to the warehouse.
Okay.
All right, so
So-
y'all get to this old
As
mechanic shop.
they're driving, it's like, besides, they're gonna have to hose Arnox out of the back of that thing anyway.
As
I
you
feel like
pull
Ozen
up,
definitely gets that dark sense at this point. Like, ew.
as you
More
pull
than
up
likely.
the roll-up door garage door rolls up.
One dark side point.
And when you pull in, there's a droid in there that then lowers the door.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like an old beat up shoot, I forget what they're called now. Kind of like the pit droids of episode 1. Or in Mandalorian,
Yeah.
the mechanic chick had a couple of them running around.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
love
one
those
of them.
droids.
He looks as old as the building he's in.
I'm just secretly happy I got to roll 20 d6s on something.
I
That
need
was-
all of your d6s.
That was satisfying. Well, I literally had to take everything in here and roll it twice. This is 10 d6s right here.
I'm
Getting
sure
close
there
to
will
that
be
point
no
of
repercussions.
Oh, absolutely not.
So the little droid walks up to the door as y'all are, or to the speeder as y'all are getting out. Hello, I knew you were coming. There's food in the break room. He points to where the break room is. The freshers are over there. And freshers are like the toilet and bathrooms and
Also, we're keeping the speeder if we can.
We don't have a
Sure,
ship to
yeah.
put it on.
Depends
I
on
say
what
we have
ship.
room in the ship.
Well, it depends on what ship Ludo charters to get us off world, and we definitely have room on the Rubicon for it.
I was gonna say, yeah, we have room on the Rubicon because
Oh,
that thing's
yeah.
supposed to hold like a fighter or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
It's a
does have
small
to-
cargo ship. You can park a car on there, no problem.
Well, I mean, there's literally a bay for a starfighter in there, and Aira is maybe using a fourth of it as a droid bay at the moment.
Now the fighter bay part is like when you're landed would be up off the ground if I remember the layout of the ship right.
Yeah.
But irregardless, you'll find somewhere to put it, assuming you can get it off the planet.
Yeah.
So yeah, this little droid, it's the last functioning droid from when this place was a garage, and it's just kind of been here doing what little bit it can to maintain the building. But you've got cots. It's a little bit better than the storage building because at least you've got an actual fresher facility.
Yep.
None of you have been able to shower since you've got on the planet. Though I think in Star Wars, the freshers are like Sonic based or something. I forget.
Yeah.
Saves water, I guess.
Either way, we smell kind of like the fish market or fish warehouse we were in.
Yep.
Doc, though, smells fantastic. Doc smells of springtime and daisies.
Well, that's spray paint.
And spray paint.
Motor oil.
Everybody just puts a big plastic bag around Doc and starts huffing.
No!
Oh God.
I'm just kidding, kids. Don't huff paint.
Yeah, I really don't.
It's bad.
If you're gonna kill brain cells, there are far better ways to do it.
There is, but I have one question for you. You want to get high?
Don't do drugs, kids.
All right, but you send the old man a message. How do you word the message to the old man?
Tell him to let Ludo know that do we want to say something like we had to take the speeder to the shop?
Yes,
For the
that's exactly what I was
customization?
thinking.
He'll. Yeah.
Because Ludo's a car guy, car
Yeah.
and ship guy, so the speeder that he needed was in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. That the modifications he wanted for the speeder are done whenever he's ready.
You get a call back or a message back from the old man. Oh, good. I'll let him know that it's being worked on. He's currently dealing with a small family emergency.
Okay. All my best to whatever may be coming of that.
So y'all spend that night and most of the next day.
If we're staying there all night, he will order Aira to he'll order BL. Aira will order BL to remain on Overwatch and keep guard inside the building.
I would do some kind of camera thing or jam the locks to where they will not open, like without a certain code or without her fingerprint of some kind.
Probably a code. Any fingerprint scanner in this place is so old you wouldn't trust it.
Fair enough.
So yeah, BL takes a watch. He finds a window that he can see out of a little bit, while remaining relatively out of sight. But nothing much happens. Y'all are in a rundown neighborhood, but this garage looks like it's been out of commission for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Around lunch the next day, a vehicle pulls up to the door, sits there for a minute. The little droid runs over and hits the button, but it's not opening.
He can call and ask.
After a minute, you see the old man get out of that car and walk up to the door. Bang, 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 bang.
She'll let him in.
Yeah. Then he hops back in his car and pulls in. Gives the little droid a dirty look as he gets out of his car.
Precautions, you understand.
That's something y'all did. I thought that piece of junk was finally glitching out on us.
It's working well enough.
It's probably older than I am.
I could do some quick maintenance on it. I'm pretty good with droids.
Yeah, don't bother.
Why?
But anyway, the old man's like, Ludo wanted to let you know he's very happy. Nobody is suspecting him, which is, the important thing. Nothing has left any indication that you were involved or that you were ever here. He just wishes he could have seen the look on Arnox's face. Assuming he was still conscious when it happened.
BL, do you want to replay that recording?
I don't know if BL would have a projector like R2 or not. But yeah, if he has to plug into something or whatever, a data pad or something, he'll run back his and the old man pulls out his data pad and takes like a recording of it. We'll of course erase this once Ludo has seen it. And the trick is, from BL's point of view, he never saw your face while you were doing this. He was standing behind you, so when you took the dim sim off, all BL still saw was just, the back of somebody wearing a hat with their hood up.
Like the end of Halo. It's like the end of Halo 3 when he removes the mask and he's still like somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, and it could be absolutely anybody that Arnox calls captain.
Yep. Arnox deals with a lot of captains.
Yeah.
You know, maybe somebody that was really familiar with you would recognize your voice, but that'd be about it. And you know, in the background you hear the EMT, "Stay with me, man, stay with me." But, you know, if you monitor the news, of course, there have been reports on, you know, this brazen attack. So the EMT is interviewed, you know, but all he can really say was a humanoid and a droid, both in cloaks. Yeah.
Could we maybe encourage Ludo to maybe make sure both those EMTs are taken care of as far as, you know, any bills they have?
To indebt them to Ludo.
The old man will he will make sure Ludo gets your suggestion.
Yes, and noted.
Ayo wanted you to take care of those EMTs. Oh, no problem.
Don't have to ask me twice.
No, BL, no.
So yeah, now we just need to get, you know, old man's like, now we just need to get you off the planet. The ship that brought you is on its way back. It had just done like a real short supply run, you know, kind of side job while this was going down. So they were going to come back, pick up some cargo, and they could easily take you as passengers when they do that.
Okay.
Like I said, there's nothing connecting this shop to Ludo. So even if somebody was suspicious of Ludo, there's no reason they'd come looking here. This should be a safe place for you to stay for the next day or so. And he will let you know when the ship arrives, and you know where it's docked and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And the captain will be expecting you. What was the deal y'all cut with Ludo?
15% reduction on the debt that I owe this cartel.
And I think we get either better rates for jobs we do for him.
Yeah.
That might have been something in there. Certainly you'll be on, you know,
well trusted.
Yeah.
Considering we just managed to off his uncle and effectively get away with it scot-free.
Man, yes, they killed my uncle for me. Man, they were really good at doing that.
I gotta make sure they don't kill me now.
Yeah, it's like, maybe I should keep these guys stay on these guys' good side.
I was listening to a Chinese history podcast, and you had some emperor that, you know, this one particular kick-ass general had like really saved his bacon like twice. Man, he's really good at that. A couple months later, like, I should probably have him commit suicide just in case.
I mean,
it's kind of the
certain
same thing.
way of looking at it, but
It's kind of the same thing with Roman history. It's like, oh, this general's really, really good. You know, he could probably overthrow me. Probably time to demote him.
Or encourage retirement.
Demote him permanently.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, sometimes they just demote. You know, sometimes it was just a demotion, and then the general took the demotion and didn't cause any stir. Okay, and then sometimes they'd immediately go into rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
But then you had sometimes they didn't trust the general, and if they had trusted him, they could have the things they could have done. But oh well. But this is getting off into a weird tangent. The Roman history buffs would know I'm talking about Belisarius and Justinian. Or Justin. One of them. Anyway. So y'all camp out here for a day. You know, you keep your heads down. You know, there's plenty of food, though it's not great food.
Meh.
It's the equivalent of like canned stuff. And, you know, slightly out of date MREs. That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, you know, a day or two later, old man contacts you again. You know, the ship is here. You know, they'll be taking off tomorrow. You know, make sure you get there. Captain is expecting you.
Mm-hmm.
And we get on the ship now.
Yeah, it is there. Anytime in the next 2 days, you can go load up.
We'll go load up immediately.
Mhm.
Is there room in there for a speeder?
Oh, it's a cargo vessel.
Yep.
There's cargo room.
Yeah.
You will have to negotiate the price of him hauling your car for you or your speeder for you.
It's a good thing that I have a negotiator right here.
Yeah, and it's not going to be like super expensive.
We just grew really attached to this speeder.
But you know, Ludo is paying him to move y'all. If y'all bringing a bunch of extra stuff, well, that's your expense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for a couple hundred credits, the captain will carry it along with you.
He'll pay that.
So y'all have a. I'm trying to think of what a good description of this car would be. I mean, it's not in great shape. Think of it as like an older model car that, you know,
Mhm.
some teenager that
It's a
knew what they were
fixer-upper.
doing has been, you know, keeping it running. But
Damn, y'all shot teenagers.
do what now? Well, no, these guys are
Damn,
not
y'all shot
teenagers,
Okay.
you know. But that's the
I was like,
equivalent.
damn,
you know,
y'all shot
imagine a high
teenagers the
school
other
kid
last
that got
session.
himself a cheap car, and, you know, and then worked
Yeah.
on it himself to kind of keep it running.
Yep.
One of the kid brothers of this guy. They worked on it on the weekends.
His big brother asked to borrow the car one night, that never came back. He took my car and went out to get cigarettes. I never saw him again.
I'm looking at hover vehicles, and there's literally a hover shopper.
Hover shopper.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a shopping cart with.
One person personal cargo carrier.
So it's like those wheeled like basket things that you can put all of your grocery bags in. That hovers.
It's a marked cart.
Hold on. Put in Tuesday.
Yeah.
I-
It's a one-seat little cargo space.
Looks like a really lame like snow mobile.
That was the first thing I thought when I saw it. And of course, you know, nobody watching can see.
Mm-hmm.
Or
We
can.
can put it on the map.
I was about to say, let me switch over to that, and if I drag... Nope.
So was
'Cause
this
it looks at it's capturing roll 20, not capturing the screen, so dragging that over.
was this a land speeder or a hover vehicle?
What you've got is a land speeder. Oh, it does hover above the ground, but you know, it's still above the ground.
Yeah. I figured out what kind of land speeder we got.
Well, I was going to try to load the picture, but it doesn't seem to want to work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It'll be him and Ludo just, you know, rehabbing old cars.
but anyway,
he's gonna want to kit this thing out.
It's going to be a
eventually.
racer by the end of it. You know, we'll end this with y'all meeting back up with the racers, and it's going to end with Captain and the guy that should have been driving the race car racing.
It's just the end of one of the Fast and Furious movies where they're just looking at each other and then they drive off.
Everyone, significant nods. Family.
Family.
Yeah. Totally derailed my train of thought. So anyway, y'all load up on the ship. You bargain with the captain for the speeder. I don't know why you want to carry that beat up speeder, but alright, whatever. So you take off from Nar Shaddaa with a little incident. There is maybe a little extra security around the spaceport. Because, Arnox was someone of some significance.
Yeah.
But, they're looking for like 2 guys. We're looking for 1 man and 1 droid. And y'all are like, 4 people and a droid. And a couple of droids.
Yeah.
That's 1 too many droids and 3 too many people.
Couldn't be them.
Now, your trip back out to the corporate sector is not as comfortable as your trip from the corporate sector. Because you are not on a luxury yacht this time.
Nah,
Yeah.
But it's fine, and you've
Sure,
got
used
plenty
to
of
it.
time to take toothbrushes and stuff and scrub all that spray paint off dog.
It's just what we do in the evenings.
BL ditches his cloak, but he packs it away for future use.
Screw this, I'm using the force. Telekinesis on the brush.
It wasn't just
Why
practicing
not
use of
telekinesis
the
on the
force.
paint?
Because it doesn't work that way.
All right, fine.
The paint is technically being held by something, so it's harder to move. The toothbrush, though.
Fair enough. So next week we will start up with you basically arriving back at your ship.
Is
which
the
you-
ship fine?
which you have hidden under a false name.
Okay.
Well, you'll find that out when you get there, which will be next week.
Someone spray painted our ship.
There's graffiti on the side. High school kids have broken in and been throwing parties while you were gone.
I would like to see them attempt to break in, and R2 just has.
The hatch opens,
Yeah.
a little claw with a knife comes out.
R2, the loader droid, and all 7 buzz droids are there.
This is true.
They're partying with the teens.
But I say, you get there, there's all the
Oh my.
graffiti, and the droids are all laid out. Some of them are wearing a little party hat with a strap under their chin. One of the loaders is wearing a traffic cone. You don't know where he got it. They don't even use traffic cones in this universe. But it's not a real party if you don't wake up with a traffic cone,
Fair enough.
which is crossing the streams, but,
Yeah, just about.
with a franchise that not everybody's going to recognize.
Also true.
All right. So that's going to wrap us up for tonight.
Woo!
It didn't pull off completely without a hitch, but still went pretty smoothly. You hit the one hitch and y'all,
Adapted.
yes, adapt, evolve, and overcome, or whatever that.
Yep.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So hope y'all had a good time. I really enjoyed this one,
It's fun.
even if I still didn't get to really use the club map for anything.
Next time, man. Next time. We'll have to go back and see Ludo at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't going to betray you, but now he will, just so you have to go kick the door in the club and shoot the place up. To anybody that came by to watch, hope you had fun. Hope you'll come back and join us next week. If you're looking for more games this week, Jeremy, what else have we got going on in Direbear?
Not tomorrow, but Wednesday after next is the return of All Scarlet Knights with JT. Woo! So tune in for that. Other than that, on Thursday, this Thursday is going to be a Knight's Ransom with Pink Rambo. And then Saturday is Stolen Cities with lost my train of thought there for a sec. Alex. And then the series finale of the Troubleshooters on Monday. They are going to finish, and then they go to Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which that should be an interesting campaign.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
trying
it
some
is.
new stuff with that one. I'm curious to see how that works out.
Yeah. And then come back to us for Remnant Shadow, a Star Wars actual play.
Say someone who's DM'd Wilds and TPK'd a party in Wilds, which is very easy to do if you're not careful.
Was it the
It could
Flabberjack?
be wild fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. It's the premiere episode and the wrap up.
It is stupid easy to TPK a party in Wilds Beyond the Witchlight if you're not careful. When it says you could go the whole module without having combat at all, it's kind of a suggestion.
So anyway, we will see y'all next week. Bye bye.